and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today is the day that I have my Deck of the Week segment on CoolStuffInc.com, so if you want a standard video, you can head over there. But here on our channel, we're going to take a little break from the standard ladder action for Vorinclex, the new one from March of the Machine. This card, this commander, it's mono green, and everybody's like, oh, big stupid green rampy stuff. I think that this is a legitimately fun and powerful commander. Now there are a lot of options for mono green cast 10 drops like Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger in the format already, so why should you play a card like Vorinclex over a commander like Azusa Lost But Seeking or many of the other mono green commanders that help you out with land or ramp? I will tell you, it is because Vorinclex not only gets you the land to cast those big threats, it's also a big threat itself. It helps you find those big threats. The Grand Evolution is a very powerful saga, and the only requirement for actually flipping it is the 8 mana at sorcery speed. Vorinclex coming in for 5, getting you 2 more, and you're almost all the way there. Not only that, these are lands. Like, they will sit on the battlefield and help you pay for your next casting of Vorinclex if the opponent does answer it. And then that casting gets you 2 more lands, and so forth. The Grand Evolution is what happens if they let Vorinclex live, and Vorinclex already got you value as long as it resolved. And this saga basically gets you 2 more giant monsters and then makes them huger and then can absolutely decimate the opponent's board. So they can't ignore Vorinclex once it resolves. So if they have to use their removal on it and it got you value, that's pretty sweet. And then your giant monsters might be unanswered. We have so many big ones. You can see Ulamog, Portal to Phyrexia, the Great Henge, Sundering Titan, Cityscape Leveler, the other Vorinclexes, all of them, and so many other just giant monsters that the opponent will have to answer. It means that everything we do before we cast Vorinclex, we just want to ramp up to Vorinclex, and we want to manage the board ever so slightly, but really rely on our giant monsters to handle the job. So I think that you guys will really like this deck. I was impressed. If mono green is not normally your thing, you might be surprised by how resilient this is, how well it answers opponents' boards and their good starts, and how quickly it can end games. This card I expected to be a tough build. It turned out to be a romp. I have smashed a tremendous amount of my games. I think I'm in the neighborhood of like 10-2, something like that. So I think that you will really enjoy this. Let's dive in. Let the Vorinclex nonsense begin. On the play, we ramp. We ramp hard. We're up against Atraxa. Okay, the enemy, blue. Weird to say that, but yeah. Ascendant Spirit off a snow-covered island. Maybe our opponent plays more creatures than the average blue deck. Emergent Sequence should be good. Don't you love that stick when you search a really big library? Doesn't that just make you feel like the client is going brrrr? Well, Rejuvenator, Gwenna. We could also hit the Arcane Signet, but let's wait. Let's not panic. Does the opponent hold up counter magic for Vorinclex here? I mean, we're getting close to casting the Rex, and that can't be countered. That might just put this whole thing away very fast. All right, so they're gonna bounce both of these because that's what they do here. 4 mana again. Back to Gwenna. Hopefully, like, this Boseiju stick might make them think that we have a way to protect. Something along the lines of a safekeeping is usually what sticks here. Teferi, Master of Time. All right, Teferi. Let's see you phase this out. Strong. Yeah, target it. I dare you. Let's just kill Teferi though while we can. Opponent's going to dig and chump block Gwenna. Interesting. I mean, that would make sense if they had a board wipe, but they're playing mono blue. So maybe what? Whelming Wave or something?
I was out of sync.
So it's still a weird chump block. Solemn. Sad Robot. 2 mana open. Will they counter a fight rigging? They might. Oh, they foretell. Okay, okay. It's probably an Alrund's Epiphany. I mean, this is a pretty good play. This is a pretty good play. Let's do this first. In the deck a little. Also go get a forest and save the Boseiju in hand. All right, we can get some funky forests. Cabin, heat. A little bit of value from our Vorinclex. A food token, you say? But we're really here to rig fights. Hello, Leveler. Counter, why not? Right here. Cast this. Yeah, let's just blow up the Solemn so it can't block. And the opponent has had enough. Run away. Our filthy opponent has a Jin-Gitaxias Avatar and a Beladros Witherbloom. We go first without ramp. I guess we're hoping once upon a time we'll find it. If it does, we're in pretty good shape, so let's see what happens. But this hand might do nothing. Not the fastest at all. That is a very bad, very, very bad looking keep at this point. We'll scry to the top with the temple. Sylvan Ranger comes with a land. I like it. In decks that aren't super land matteries like these, I often like to cut one land for one card like this, like an ambitious farmhand in mono white. All right, well, we managed to not fall insanely behind and get to ramp with our Stomper. So far so good. Got him. As in, they got me. All right, they're not gonna counter Vorinclex, and Vorinclex comes with forests, so let's go for it. Do we get our value forest package? I don't really want to have any lands enter the battlefield tapped for a minute, so we'll leave the gate behind. And Vorinclex isn't dead yet. I thought it would get Doombladed or something. Invasion of Zendikar. Okay, our opponent ramps. Well, if we can take a chunk out of their mana. Nope, that's not what I meant to say at all. We can take a chunk out of their life total. We'll get pretty far. So we have this Rishkar's Expertise we can do, and also a Nissa who shakes the world. Nice. Is there a way to get another land on the field so the Stomper can attack? Invasion of Ikoria could get another ramp card, for example. I think we just do this. It's kind of good. Look at that go. All right, what do we put on the battlefield? How about you? Good old chunk out of life total coming right up. Have you ever been slapped by a gingerbread cabin? Nice. And then ramp with elves? I think we just leave this up to block the ranger and protect Nissa and the battle. And we'll see how the opponent wants to come back. Maybe they have a Casualties of War. That would be a pretty nasty blowout. They have enough for the commander, but they have to pay 10 life to untap their lands when they play their commander. And that's why hitting them for as much damage as possible there is very important. Life is a resource to Belladros Witherbloom. They're gonna do the thing. Down to 6, but you've untapped your land. And a noxious Gear Hulk. A good way to reclaim that life. Could be worse though. They're gonna take Vorinclex off the board. Vorinclex will go to command. And let's gain some life. Might as well eat our food. Forest off the top. Okay, how do we get them? This will seek where X is the highest mana value among creatures you control. So right now that's 3. I think we have to do better than that. But we have so much mana because of Nissa who shakes the world. Unfortunately, we're going to be giving our opponent a lot of opportunities, but let's just really power up this board. We can't quite close the game here. Cards. The Immortal Sun, huh? Power! We've got Carnage Tyrant out there now. This should be very exciting. Sure, Haven, you can go here. Why not? Hello, friends. Ooh, that Vorinclex has haste. Enchantment or artifact? I see an artifact. That's pretty good. Tribute to the World Tree? Oh my gosh, let's see how this all works out. I draw. Counters, draw, counters, draw, counters, draw. Yeah, that was good. That was pretty good. They're not dead, but they have some work to do in this one. Down to 2. Am I discarding the hand size again? 1, 2. We'll go 3, 4. Why not the tribe? 5. So, Crux of Fate, destroy all non-drag. Okay, you're at 4. You did it. They all died. The leveler is about to come out though. The opponent does get to transform the Invasion of Zendikar. I think it's like a 4/4 mana creature. Yep. And it has haste, I guess. Elder Gargaroth. All right. Gonna give it to him. They do have enough mana open that maybe they have a removal spell, but they haven't removed anything this game. Raw triggers. Boots. Love that for me. Opponent with the GG. Does that mean they're out? Does that mean they're done? Yep. They're not going to wait for me to figure out my attacks because they don't have anything to stop it. That was explosive. Elf. Elf means we get to play Elf on 1, and we always want that. Yes, we always do. Up against Atraxa. Are you ready for the Super Friends? Mana open. How to do it. It might have a counter spell. I think we play around it. The Dryad's the easiest way to avoid a quench type effect. Siege Veteran. Okay. They're going to proliferate counters. +1/+1 counters. Pretty good. A pretty good way to play your Atraxa. Kogla. Nice. We have a way to fight the Atraxa, but it has Death Touch. That's disappointing. Need a human. Do we want the World Tree before we play the Vorinclex? I think we do. We need to get the cards going. So let's go Beanstalk, Giant, Forest. World tree. Well, tribute. This isn't the world tree. Not the greatest tree in the world. This is just a tribute. There's Atraxa. Here's a counter. And proliferate. Kinda stupid. So I guess we do the thing. Sorry, Kogla. But we did draw a card, and we have a Blizzard Brawl for next time. Staff, more proliferate. That Siege Veteran's gonna get tough. It's gonna take a big creature to fight it, but we have a Vorinclex. The question will be, oh, they're just gonna draw now. They want to hit land. And they will. Ooh. Okay, let's try this first. Let's get that boon. Opponent with no response there. There's a land. Provisions. Oh no! I forgot. Not gonna lie. I wanted that on my commander. They don't seem to have the answer here. No negate either. Okay, cool. Definitely cut into their board and made some threats. The Eternal Wanderer, nasty. Are they gonna blow up my stuff? They are. Okay, then that means we get to attack and kill the Eternal Wanderer. 8 mana. Nissa!
Witness the ties that bind us all. Behold, nature's true power.
Take down the Eternal Wanderer.
We'll regroup elsewhere.
Go big. This means we also get to settle though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Ooh. I know what we're settling into. The portal. That'll come in handy. That's what's nice about having permanents all the way up to 10. Value Vorinclex. The Wake. Well, now they get double mana, so they're gonna hope to untap from this. The Leveler, huh? I think I just want to trigger this. We should probably attack first, but what if we hit the Hasty Vorinclex? Let's do it. I haven't been able to activate this card. I want to see it. Mill 10, 2 creatures among milled onto battlefield. Oh, we did hit a Vorinclex. Yes. Yeah, baby. Oh my gosh, we have so much mana now. The Boseiju is perfect. We are popping. So 1 land is tapping for 3 green, like 1 forest. Oh my goodness. Don't stop me. I am having such a good time. There's the other one. Oh my lord. How many Vorinclex is too much Vorinclex? Banky? Yes! That's so fun! Am I overcommitting? Maybe. But I'm having a good time doing it. So, let's get our attacks in first and then use the Wake. Well, use the Wake, abuse the Wake, destroy the Wake. How about the 6 counters on the Bank Buster? Is that not cool? It feels like a farewell, but even a farewell, I'm just gonna keep hit. I still have a Nissa. Your turn. And there's a Vorinclex out, so it double time walks them. They're going to draw a card and go down to 8. Oh my goodness. Well, opponent, make it count. Onyx. Freeze them. Ah, a convincing victory. Yes, we had fun this game. On the play with a ramp-tastic hand against Nicole Bolas God Pharaoh. Grixis is tough, especially for green. Let's see what we can do. I'd like to draw some of those big creatures that can't be countered. Those would make a difference in this game. Go and go fast. Before the dragon even lands, we're on the move. And that is how you ramp. Now let's see if the opponent's ready with some kind of answer for one of the creatures so that Vorinclex doesn't land. There's a removal. We have to top a land. We do. Wonderful. Let's value Clex. This game could definitely come down to drawing more spells than the opponent. Guardian Idol, huh? All right, opponent might need some development time. We don't want to overcommit to the board, but we would love to keep ramping. Let's see, Dryad is 3 and then 3 more. Let's go ahead and play the Gate and the Dryad. And we attack. Threatening to flip Vorinclex next turn? Yeah. Prismari Command. They're going to make a treasure and kill the elf. Nightmare. Nightmare. Okay, we have to cast the intervention before it goes away. I mean, it's not really an oops. Do what you... I don't know when else you're supposed to play a nightmare in these spots. So... I think we play this, make the food and intervention for 5. We could also just apply more pressure on the board, like by casting Gargaroth instead of using the intervention. We could also intervention first and get the scrapyard and start making scrapyard tokens. But more likely, we're just going to grab Mutavault anyway. One with 5 mana, huh? All right. Enclave is good. Haven is good. Oseju? Not really. We'll get the Scrapyard and the Nykthos. Here's Haven. Nothing for you. However, I do need them to play an island. Soul Shatter the Vorinclex, sure. To command. And they're passing, which implies a counter spell. So right now the Sundering Titan isn't very good, but we can go for the Cavalier. We can also, let's see, if we do this, can we still play the Cavalier? We can. So let's try to punch the opponent in the face. If they have a counter spell, they might not want to use a removal spell on the Haven. At least we can hope not. Okay, good. So I think that they have a counter for the Vorinclex. So I'm going to try to cast the Cavalier of Thorns instead. We could also play around it by just activating our gate. Our opponent is at 8 life, which isn't particularly great. Also, if we cast Cavalier now, we get our graveyard exiled by the Nightmare. We could draw with Monder's Enclave. I think we just want to use the gate. So if we're going to use the gate, I'll play the Nykthos. Cavalier does have a death ability that really wants there to be an okay graveyard. Ooh, Ravager. Okay, we'll discard a forest. I guess I should activate this first, just in case it's something we want in the graveyard for some reason. Cityscape Leveler comes to mind. Tyrannix Rex when they're at 8. We call that Poggers. Make a food token. Go Rex, go. Yeah, you got a blocker, you're gonna die. I think we should actually play the Kami just in case they have another Soul Shatter type of card. And get out the Enclave here. A Soul Shatter, of course, would still get the Rex, but a card like Sheoldred's Edict, right? Okay, Onyx still gets the Rex. But you're at 2, so we attack you with the Haven. And that's the game. Nadar Selfless Paladin is a very interesting take for a mono-white commander, and not a place where we want a Veil of Summer. This is better. We do get to ramp on 2, which we didn't with the other hand. Skrelv on turn 1. Oh God. A lot of non-basic lands piling up here. Trying to decide which one I want to put the Haven on. The Haven, I guess. And they're poisoning me. How rude. The thinking here is that we need snow-covered mana to activate the Haven anyway. Yeah, our opponent's got a great start. We're gonna have to hope some of our power-heavy hitters will actually stick to the battlefield, and we need more ramp. They have a Mishra's Foundry, so maybe this is a good time for a demolition field. Don't want to get attacked by that thing. Might as well also get the boots on the field, so let's do this. Not a great turn. Could be worse though. The opponent did miss a land, but I'm sure that Nadar will help them a lot when it comes to that. Gideon. Okay, we have to attack Gideon next turn with the Elder Gargaroth with the boots.
Your light will cleave the darkness.
Scary game so far. All right, we're still going to be a mana short of where we want to be, but Blizzard Brawl is another good one. Could power up the Haven. If we power up the Haven... Nah, doesn't do much, huh? All right, Vorinclex. I think they'll have at least one removal spell, and I don't want Value Clex here because we're just trying to hit our land drops and actually curve. And I think we'll get another chance. Yeah, they were ready with that, weren't they? Vigilance on Skrelv is a cool trick. Looks like they have a post-combat play as well. We are so dead. Down to 10. We ramped on 2. They just exploded in this game, but let's see what we can do. If they have a removal spell, it's all over. Okay, not over. Let's make it 3-3. We need board. Will they chump for Gideon? They let Gideon die? Now I feel like we have a chance.
Retreat.
Big chance. This portal. We get to this portal. Oh, baby. And we have a hexproof Gargaroth. That's not an easy card to deal with. The opponent is going to use Skrelv to attack, which might open them up to a Blizzard Brawl. They did complete their dungeon. We are on 5 poison from a turn 1 Skrelv on the play. Mutavault, we have a Ghost Quarter. Ooh, Mural. Ugh, okay. That's another scary card. But I think that's what we brawl. They do have one open treasure. I kind of want to do Hasty Cavalier of Thorns. Let's do it like this first. Indestructible, kill the mural. Cavalier of Thorns. Here's our forest. Nykthos is going to be an absolute explosion next turn, but we don't have the mana this turn. Now we move the boots. Now we go to combat. Let's take the life. The unblockability is getting scary. Opponent goes to 12. There's a Ghost Quarter if they want to use the Mutavault. In the graveyard, we do have Nissa, Tribute to the World Tree, the Blizzard Brawl, and a Troll. Alright, that is a creature they can sack to the portal. That is another one. But they scoop. They just scoop. Okay, they couldn't deal with the Gargaroth. That card is still a house after all these years. Once upon a time, will it find an elf? I hope so. We're up against Elephant! The Elephant Cleric! The Lore Master! Alright, dig. Not it. So a slow hand on the draw, scary. So this thing, what? Vigilance 3/5, something about making a spirit, and then you can cast the things you exile with it. So try not to let it survive a turn is what all that text kind of amounts to. I could play the Scrapyard there and discard a card to make another Scrapyard, but I don't think that's what I need to do. Crowbar didn't even attack. Okay. If we go for Tribe and they remove it, we just did nothing. Let's go for Stomper instead. Get ourselves up to 5. If they remove this, no big deal. It wasn't attacking right now anyway. Okay, so they miss a land drop and they develop with Cold Steel Heart. I think it's Vorinclex because next turn we can play Cavalier. Even if they kill it, we get the lands. And then we can play Cavalier next turn and also hit our land drop and have Ram through for their commander. So we have 6 cards in hand. We're going to be discarding something. Probably the Llanowar Tribe. Seasoned Pyromancer. When your commander is 5 mana, you need to hit those land drops and discard Surge of Salvation and burn down the house. Interesting. And they've got Alseid of Life's Bounty. So a good amount of value, but it's very fair magic. That can only be good for us. I'm wondering if we want to take this turn with Tireless Tracker. No, I think we still want a Cavalier because we can attack with the Stomper. also dig for Nykthos. Gate would enter tapped. Leveler in the graveyard is sweet. Rawr. All right, they take it. So probably not a board wipe. Interesting to take that much though. It makes me nervous. Let's keep ram through available. Make it look like we're just gonna eat some food, but we have ram through. The next turn, leveler, probably lethal. They're going to go for a Gilded Lotus. We could ram through the bounty right now, and they would take plenty of damage. I think I like that. Down to 10. Spirit. Okay, they can gain indestructibility, but I think they're just dead. Deck too strong. Hello. They don't have the mana for the crowbar. If they sack the spirit in response, does it matter? Not really. I guess we just blow up the crowbar. Doesn't matter. They're dead. On the play against another Vorinclex player, another player of taste, we will keep. We have a turn 2 ramp. We've got a ram through. We've got a tireless tracker. I gotta say, I expected the Vorinclex to be a pretty difficult build, especially if we went up against a lot of Grixis style decks, but we are rolling. We are absolutely giving it to all of the competition we've had so far. So very impressed with the card. Haven't had to transform it except for once. Just being a giant monster that makes sure you keep hitting land drops to cast your other huge spells has been enough. Let's track. I'll give up the damage to get a clue. This is a card I almost added to the deck, and one that I actually like quite a bit, but decided to keep Ronus's Monument out of it. Let's hide the Nykthos in case they have some kind of a strip mine here, but we're going to up our green devotion with a Cavalier of Thorns. People are like, what's a strip mine? I mean like a field of ruin. Strip mine, really old card. Oracle. Yeah, our opponent doing the land thing. Battle Mammoth. It's an interesting card for the deck. And they do have Kenrith's transformation for the tireless tracker. A lot of clues. 5 devotion. Here is Gwenna. Nykthos. And Vorinclex. Let's go with Valueclex. And we still have mana for a ram through on the Oracle if we want it, but I think we save the ram through here. Let's just draw. And give it to him. Green gonna give it to you. So how does mono green get out of this? Mycosynth Gardens, interesting. Kogla, okay. That comes in for punches. Goes for the Cavalier. That's a lot of green devotion we just lost. But what do we get back? I think Blizzard Brawl is pretty good. I like Awaken the Woods, but that's good for a longer game. I think Blizzard Brawl is just going to end this game. Sorry, Kogla, you gotta go. And to really add the insult to the injury, the ram through on the Oracle and then the swing is enough damage to finish it right here, right now. Oh no, the Valueclex is in my hand. We're still going to keep it though. Our opponent has a slow deck. They have First Sliver and Karuga the Macro Sage, but it will probably be a very powerful deck. So Somberwald Sage ramping into some of these things could be exactly what we need. Nothing to get with Invasion of Ikoria. The Tribe? Yeah, we'll go for the Tribe instead of the Sage. This one can actually attack. And now our opponent's first play of the game is a Chromatic Lantern. If I had the untapped land, I might do something slightly different. We can use 4 mana here for a battle. Don't think that's good enough though either. I'm 1 mana off of feeling comfortable about any of this. Let's go for Vorinclex. Commander is here. I'm sure the opponent will get their Cascade on. And all of our value Clex is already gone. So we'll play the Lair. This is definitely going to be a game decided by the biggest, most powerful creatures. Ooh, they don't have the land. Oh, they did. They just wanted Rusko out. I mean, Rusko's messed up. We have 6 mana to pump into Ikoria or the Leveler. Or we can hit for 6 is basically what I mean. Let's go for the Leveler. And blow up the clock. That is what you do against Rusko. And let's see what the opponent can do about this. Cascade! And the answer, is it there? It is Uro. That is scary. In the graveyard with the First Sliver, a 7/7 on the field, but they're gonna scoop because, I mean, I guess maybe they can guess what we're going to do, but the Leveler is going to blow up the First Sliver, and Invasion of Ikoria can go for 7, so we can go get Tyrannix Rex to hit him extra hard, or we can get Titan of Industry and blow up their Lantern. Either one, probably too much for them to handle. We're up against Slimefoot, Thalid Transplant. Very fun little fungus that fetches more fungus when you hit landfall. Ulamog, Awaken the Woods. This looks like a lot of fun. Speaking of fun. Dig Up should be a staple in black-green. Great opening for the opponent. Once Upon a Time. Oh good, we still haven't cast a spell. Just in time. Stomper or Gwenna? Gwenna's really good. I'll take it. This turn, let's play the Florahedron. Then next turn, we might play Signet and Gwenna. All right, let the fungus stuff begin. So they draft a card from the spellbook. It's all Thalids. Deathsprout, spawn it. Oh yeah, we're on the move. Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia, one of the better cards with Vorinclex, a growing and growing and growing threat that casts our commander and other big creatures over and over. Good play though. Removal spell on time that also will give landfall. And the beatdown's commencing. We do get to Vorinclex though. And the Kamiya Bamboo Grows is actually a pretty sick draw. So we want another one of these. And I guess we take this. Because we get to go like this. And then this. And then we put this on the field. And things start to get interesting. How's this work? Mill a card. If there are 3 or more, turn it into a 3/3 that can get bigger by exiling stuff from graveyards. So what do they have? 1, 2, 3. So they have 2 more Thalids in their hand. 3 more Thalids in their hand. I mean, if you like the fungus, this is a very fun commander with all kinds of cards that let you hit land drops. And you're in green black, so you get to have all kinds of good removal cards, discard spells, powerful cards like Casualties of War. There are planeswalkers that are good. There are giant monsters. It's a pretty sweet color combination. Spore Crawler. When it dies, draw a card. All right, 2 Thalids in hand. Beanstalk Giant. Another trigger. 3 Thalids in hand. That's going to be a Vorinclex Voice of Hunger. But before we play that, we'll send this Vorinclex in for some action. We could also transform this. I'm just always very nervous that they'll just blow up the scriptures. Whoa. The gang up. The gang up, huh? I think we just let it die. We could ram through, and then we could also awaken the woods this turn, though. Maybe that's worth it. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess this does the most damage. It is possible they're going to wipe the board. They did mass block me. Yeah. Yeah. We should just use the gate instead. Better safe than sorry. I'll even play this out just in case they don't board wipe. The Awaken the Woods can like really help us recover if they do board wipe by rebuilding our mana position to a spot that can cast these. Spore Mound. Okay. All right. I know. Just you know, more fungal garbage. It's fine. This is fine. Okay, well, they played 2 of those 3, so they have 1 Thalid left. Now it's probably Vorinclex time, but I really want to transform this card, so we're going to. Lots of good options in hand. We're taking the, we're still taking the casino. Look at that, paid. That is how you get paid. The Grand Evolution. Next phase is 7 +1/+1 counters. And then the fighting ability. See? They've been trying to trap me. Atraxa's Fall blows up the saga. Distended Mindbender. Disgusting. But I either keep the Ulamog or the Vorinclex. That's the bright side. But I'm going to lose the Awaken the Woods in one of those 2. Didn't expect that. Two mythics taken out by a rare. Disgusting. Opponent continuing to march towards just having a ton of land. What does this do? Sacrifice a creature to draw a card. Yeah. That is handy with all the little fodder critters. Lizard Brawl. Do we need to save it for the giant? How big is the giant? Huge. The answer is huge. Well, here comes a Titan. How do you want to play it? Let's hit our land drop. That's the thing I love about Vorinclex. When in doubt, hit your land drop. I missed the gingerbread cabin. Could be up a food. Pathetic. Pathetic magic. I'd like to announce my retirement for missing second breakfast. All right, what you doing? They're nosing around in the graveyard. Makes me nervous. Here comes the commander. There's the trigger. Verdant Force. They went to the top rope. At the beginning of each upkeep, make a 1/1. I'm glad we saved the Blizzard Brawl. I'm glad that they still don't know about it. Rah! Get him. I know, I could play the other Vorinclex. Actually, can I play the other Vorinclex and transform? I think I can. We just have to tap right. We do it again. Oh, is that a Rex? Nice. So, what now? Makes sense. I understand. And we are back for a post-game wrap, and we are talking about Big Green Vorinclex. What did we think of the deck? This deck is playing in a pretty casual queue, but it's kind of a spiky deck. I was absolutely impressed with how the deck can play a long game by continuing to find more lands with the commander as long as it resolves. I would expect the blue decks of the format to be a serious challenge. However, we only played against a couple. The deck did lose a couple of games to Mono Red Ragavan, which wasn't really worth watching. There was another interesting one against Alalia, but it was kind of Rusko. They drew Rusko and just did a million things with Rusko, and the game was like 40 minutes, so I had to cut it, and we lost that game. But when my Vorinclex got countered 2 or 3 times, things were bad. A good way to play against that, of course, is to draw or search for or find the can't be countered monsters like Tyrannix Rex and Carnage Tyrant, which can give you a little bit of play in those spots where the opponent holds up a counter spell. Cast triggers are also good in that spot from the likes of Cityscape Leveler and Ulamog. I actually think Vorinclex is a lot better than you'd expect, and it's my style of a green commander, one that gets value and can continue to have kind of an endgame payoff built in, instead of something like Azusa, which just kind of ramps out and then you play 1 or 2 big things from your hand, and if those get answered, you're just done, and if they win, the game ended really fast. I am into Vorinclex. I think this is probably my favorite mono green commander right now, which is not what I expected to say at all going in. So go out there, get your Vorinclex on. It is very, very fun. Enjoy. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next one. You're cool.